You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and we are back for a new reaction to the Netflix original series, Daredevil. And as always, for these reactions, I am joined by my co-hosts. First off, we have Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, it's great to finally return to Daredevil. A lot has changed since then in the world of the MCU. Wilson Fisk is back and Matt
Wow.
Murdock is back. So
Mhm.
it feels more
I just
appropriate to
realized
bring
that
that back. It's been like
that last time
September.
we watched that wasn't a thing.
It was
No.
it was part of why we started Daredevil. Part of why I agreed to get
Yeah.
into Daredevil in the first place is the rumor mills running around, but officially they have both made their on-screen debut within the MCU. So
He was having doubts. Larry was having doubts this whole time. Hannah and I were on the hype train. They're going to come back.
well, speaking of, I'm also joined by our other co-host, Hannah. Hey, Hannah.
Hi.
Well, it has been a while, but we are officially back. Look, y'all. Not too many excuses, just a lot. Just a lot of stuff went down, and we didn't make the time. I'm sorry.
We got official.
Don't have anything Marvel until March. So
Yeah, so we have a
End
we
of
have
March,
a day
too.
spot.
schedule.
Honestly, it's kind of cool to jump back in because I know a lot of people are starting to check out Daredevil more after Hawkeye and after obviously No Way Home took place. I know a lot of people are like, oh, shoot, okay, let me play catch up on the series before or are doing rewatches. So hopefully that gets maybe a new set of little audience members jumping on here for episode 8. And then you can go back and watch our first 7 episodes.
We got the new Daredevil merch in the house.
Yeah, Tyler's got the act like No Way Home merch. I just got the old school.
Yeah, I had to support.
Speaks to my soul, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I had to
don't
support
fear
the
the dark, welcome it. Yes, that's me inside. So,
Yeah.
so got some new artwork. You know, we're daredeviling it up. Hannah's got a little bit of Daredevil behind her. It's all
I have
over the
two
place.
things of Daredevil.
See?
This
Right.
and that.
Got the all black rocket, and I figured it's like a black costume kind of thing.
But we're finally back. So the last episode we watched many months ago was Stick, the elusive blind man Stick, that nasty little old man. I wasn't too sure about him, but we got our introduction. We saw that he trained up little tiny Matt Murdock when he was young, was bullying the child, but turned him into the fighter he is today. And surprise, Stick has popped back up in Matt's life, showing up in Hell's Kitchen to hunt down this elusive weapon that he needs to get his hands on. But when they go to get that weapon, it's actually a child. A small child being like transported around. Stick tries to kill the child. Matt obviously is not on board with that. And they end up duking it out in Matt's apartment before going their separate ways once again. So we have a new player in this Daredevil universe with this blind old Clint Eastwood grade B. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and see what episode 8 has in store for us, shall we? Shadows in the Glass. Is this like Premonition? Shadows in the Glass, and we just got that Glass No Way Home poster they released.
Oh
yeah, we love that poster.
Shattered Glass. Not this painting.
What do you have against this painting, Larry?
It's like
this painting is very symbolic throughout the whole show.
Pretentious art to the max is that painting. It's just symbolized in one piece. Look at Chef Fisk.
He's an artsy man.
Does he have a date coming over? Or is this just the middle of the night snack?
It's Vanessa. How long was he making breakfast for, damn?
Working through the night.
Say all that for an omelet.
We love a varied wardrobe. Beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns.
Larry, I was about to say the exact same
I
thing.
know. That looks like my wardrobe, just a sea of black.
Oh my god.
Well, at least the undershirts. We got a variety a little bit in there.
Yeah.
As I say that as I finally wear a white shirt on the program, but you know, it is what it is.
We've got a nice variety of the cuffs, the little cuff links, you know. Oh. What in the sixth sense?
Kid Fisk.
Ooh. All right, we're getting some horror vibes today. This is Matt's rundown apartment.
It's looking artsy though.
Couldn't even take down an old ass man.
Leave him alone.
Trying
That's
his
my
best.
little meow meow.
How he gonna not even wipe the blood off his face before he goes to bed?
He was that tired, I guess.
Hey.
And I'm not just going to stick my head in the sand and let it happen to somebody else because I am scared.
Don't be scared, Karen.
Who else is involved?
Matt just looks a little extra.
Ah!
Here we go.
Oh man.
I'm not some
Then
kid.
don't act like one.
Ooh. No translation on that one.
It was just that bad, Larry.
Like the way he speaks to you, that's all. Especially now, when everything's going our way.
They're a little
You think that's maybe what they're going for?
fruitcakey.
Yeah, it's like Wesley has some unrequited feelings, I think, going on here.
Maybe it's a little bit of a one-sided romance.
Very protective over his man, clearly. Now what is all this?
Love music, just not so loud.
What the hell good is it if you can't hear it? Right, Willie?
Right.
Now why did I think they just slapped a different wig on Deborah Ann Wolf and cast her as the mom here too for a minute?
Can you imagine?
God.
You gotta give it if you want it.
What this is, Baby Fisk about to kill his father?
One longer. Want your pop's face in the dirt?
The birth of the Kingpin.
Ooh, looking like Hannah's house.
That's
Heating bill past due.
Stop. Y'all said it was cold today, and Larry took it to the extreme.
It's true.
Go on. What are you looking at her for? I said it's okay. Take a big one.
Oh. This is fun.
I mean, Matt's father and this father obviously have similar ways.
How am I paying for all this?
Well, they aren't, but probably.
According to those bills you were just cycling through, ma'am.
What the bank make you put up?
Money to me.
Why they always got to be Italian, though? Rigoletto. Why? Like,
Movies and TV against Italians.
Yeah, usually, unfortunately, it is a big stereotype. Like I said, Tony Soprano.
And I'll speak with him myself. Understood.
why is this Wesley such a little weasel? I can't. What?
You're not a Wesley fan.
No.
Handled myself pretty damn skippy against Baldy and his
Oh,
tattoo
no.
killer. Tell him, Kay.
Okay, Foggy. Simmer down over there, please.
Be interested in what he has to say.
So would I. We can't allow this to happen. Respect that. But if
I love this camera shot. The slowly spinning.
Love the lighting,
the result will be
the composition of it.
unpleasant.
That's just the thing with these Daredevil in particular, like versus the D plus shows. It's just there's so much care put into this, like very obviously, and it speaks,
You know what made us go down?
for itself. And then when you go over to D plus, it just feels so
Finality.
like lackluster with personality.
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time.
So how long before I do something that pisses you off?
Oh, the answer
How could you ever want to even do any business with this man? Like, he's just sitting there and it's just
Me peeing my
super
pants.
intimidating.
I've known him since I was a kid. This 30, 35 years.
How much are each of those years worth to you?
That's such a good line.
Looked like he was about to crap himself before they cut away, too.
It just makes me sad because I know that if Daredevil were to cross into D+ for a show, we wouldn't get this like neo-noir look and nothing would be, you know, this well-crafted.
Yeah.
And he just
I
about to
know
go
what you mean.
murder his ass in cold blood right here in the cop station. Lord.
Kingpin's power. The old syringe and a meatball sub trick. Who would have caught on to
Very
that?
popular.
Oh.
Matt's so smooth with it.
Yeah, he was just chilling in that corner.
Better hurry, Matt.
He's not Matt's problem.
I thought he needed to get that information from him. It's about to be dead.
I need you to listen to me. We don't have much time. Tell me everything you know about Wilson Fisk.
Quickly.
Is it what I interpret? Sounds like a threat.
No, just stating the obvious.
Just insurance.
It's a lot of people.
I choose my words so carefully around him. It's not even funny.
Yeah, especially as Wesley comes in, too.
Here he comes. See.
Is it taken care of?
Hey,
There was a complication.
Larry, not a fan of Stick, Wesley, and Foggy.
man.
He was incapacitated by our
Two of those people you aren't supposed to like, so.
and Hoffman, according to Hoffman.
That's great.
We're taking care of it, Leland.
Well, that fills me with warm comfort.
Leland is just ready to just leave, get over with.
Just not by you.
Fisk, you're looking shook.
It'll be all right, Wilson.
Seeing some cracks in the veneer, Fisk. Ain't much I hate worse than a ratty, old, dirty, stained white t-shirt.
Real.
You think that's funny?
Oh, here we go.
Like to do how he puts himself out there?
Man, Jesus.
Like, you fool, you should have started swinging with that bat a lot quicker.
Huh? Now he has no bat. All right. Some father-son bonding, I suppose. You know, as you do.
People like this, they want to keep you down. Kick him! Kick him!
Mm-mm. Your favorite painting again, Larry.
I'm afraid you have to deal with it for 3 seasons.
Groundhog's Day with the goddamn breakfast again.
Yeah.
The music, the painting, the breakfast.
Now, how funny though it would have been if there actually was like randomly just like that red thing that he wore in Hawkeye in that closet.
He put the same.
They knew he would
cufflinks
show up
on.
in a Disney Plus show in 2021.
The deep cut.
What'd you say, Larry?
Did he put the same cufflinks on too? He got that whole drawer and he just be grabbing the same pair every day.
He's got some special cufflinks.
Can you be here before she arrives?
I'm already on my way.
You know, he gonna kill the vibe before your date. Like, nah.
Leslie's already on the way. He's the best employee.
It's your fave!
Madam Gal.
Oh, okay. It's not a date, but
Can you imagine?
Matt has a lot of windows too, but it's like okay for privacy. These
Yeah.
are like windows where
see,
they'll see
this is why I love
anything
her.
you
She said, "Don't talk for me."
do. Girl boss.
Ooh. Why she knows she got your tea, Wilson.
Literally.
You may leave us.
Ooh,
He's like, you can leave.
dismissed.
Larry's living.
Let the grown folks speak, Wesley. There's the door. Thank you.
Looking at her, looking at him the whole way out as he
我不
leaves.
对你不太高兴。我之所以会发现，是因为你变得懒散、情绪化，
See?
就像俄罗斯人
Uh-oh.
死前最后
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, man.
我承认，但是
Vincent D'Onofrio is fighting for his fucking life trying to pronounce these words.
He's doing his best trying to speak.
脑部和力量教义。
Yeah, I was like, get your shit together, Fisk.
She's so real.
Thanks for the tea, though.
Her.
As she just uses her cane to walk away.
If she already wasn't high on the list, this little exchange.
Ooh. I forgot that's where the gift originated from.
They've been lining him up and reading him down one by one this episode. Ooh, I think I'll be running for the elevator immediately.
Yeah, I would be
All right.
gone immediately.
You wouldn't have had to tell me that second time. I'd have been out.
I would have seen the table flipped over and been like,
get a manual on it.
Yeah, never mind.
see you tomorrow.
You should be a king, not some fat little pussy.
Sir, do you look like a king? Oh,
In his
Now
own
you have an
mind.
ST.
okay. Okay. I can
Days
accept
off till I get back.
the painting. I can accept. Okay, I get it.
Gotta talk to Rigolo.
Mm, there you go, Larry.
Oh, well, all my questions just coming back around for me.
I said they're
It's an
important.
excellent episode.
How much? You had to have your face plastered.
Mm, I knew it.
Yeah.
Gotta get it in my own house.
No. I just thought you might need something.
If I needed you, I would have asked.
See, he's here to comfort. Wesley, we see you, Wesley. We see you.
Look who
Oh.
it is.
She is so girl boss.
Once again, Wesley, you've been dismissed. Time to go.
Just very queen activity to me, honestly.
Your friend.
I shouldn't be. You believe this kid? He gets that shit from you.
Ooh.
Whew. He's just gotta get one good shot in.
He did.
Yeah. And it continues. See, this is that stuff you don't see on Disney Plus there.
Definitely not.
I won't say he didn't deserve it because
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mixed emotions.
I won't be missing him. So Ma went
Just gonna
straight
wrap
into
him
the
up.
action. She went straight into all right, we gotta get rid of the body.
She's so
Okay.
real.
Very Dexter,
A trophy.
I guess. Let's say.
For your first kill.
That's basically what it symbolizes. As she just goes to town.
Sound.
One every night. For the next week.
Ugh, you imagine.
Ooh.
Have to do that every day for a week, just trapping bags of your dad into the river.
I left town to avoid him.
Oh man, his performance is so good.
Yeah, it's a
Choosing
shame
to
he
be
didn't get
so, like-
any awards
Yeah,
buzz.
soft spoken all the time, and then moments like this, it just makes it
People out there that
so
exposed me.
much more emotional.
Are you going to let them?
You know, Vanessa's on his team.
Look at Vanessa.
She's ready.
She's
a writer.
See, she came in trying to be like, oh, I'm for the better good. And she turned on that real quick. Oh no.
The camera really is just so
Horror
fluid.
Movie
Mm.
101. We're back to the horror. Dropping them motherfucking keys.
Um,
Ooh. Oh, okay.
dun dun dun.
You safe this time.
For now,
This
yeah.
time.
Got a name?
Wilson Fisk.
Mm,
Never
mm,
heard
mm.
it.
Because he doesn't want you to. That's what makes him dangerous, living in the shadows, no one knowing who he is.
Somebody else in the room corroborate what he said?
No.
You just trust me, bro.
I need reliable sources.
Right.
He said, she said, and this is the guy at the top. You sure about that?
I'd bet my life on
The guy at the top.
Mine now, too.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to hear that again after Hawkeye.
That was how we knew he was going to be in the show.
Now this kid is the importance of therapy.
Yes. Oh man.
Ooh.
Matt needs it. Fisk needs it.
Vanessa needs it too.
Probably, yeah.
Now she's his painting.
You get what you deserve.
Mm.
It's the limousine that doesn't directly
Look at her. She said, "We not wearing black today."
we
Just lighten
got a
it
little
up
bit of
just-
gray.
Just a little bit.
It's just the shadow of how
He
tired
uncomfortable in the mug, seeing that gray too.
the claw our way.
Imagine if she had pulled out the red from Hawkeye. I would have loved it.
The white suit.
Yeah, the red and the white.
She said, "Nah, we ain't wearing them. We
Not your
changing
trauma
things up here."
cufflinks.
Okay, stylist Vanessa. Meanwhile, she doing a walk of shame with the dress she came in with.
Right.
He don't have any women's clothes.
She
Didn't
still
bring-
looks great though.
She didn't bring no change. You better not put your name on this, Ben.
This man must no longer be allowed. Let him step forward.
Even for like such a shot like this, where you just sweep the camera around, like it's just it's just so
Well,
nice.
Yeah, it's been very consistent throughout the episode.
Oh. When you in the they got out in front of you, Ben, with the PR campaign.
Fisk's political ties unknown at this time.
I tried to do this quietly. Have this city stay exactly as it is.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Poverty and crime.
Now he's gonna look extra foolish publishing this article.
Name is Wilson Fisk.
Matt, baby, calm down.
Mm-mm-mm.
Now tell me why Vanessa thought it was okay to go out there in that dress, though, with just putting a coat over the top. We couldn't have gotten a change. We couldn't have chilled out for 1 second and gotten a change, Miss Vanessa. Come on now.
Time was of the essence. to
Knowing
get
you're
in
gonna
front
be
of
on
that
the
story.
camera and everything. Mm-mm.
A very good Wilson Fisk episode.
Ooh, look at her though. She's starting to mastermind around here. Don't think I don't know you was at behind the scenes helping write up this little speech and stuff.
Took the words right out of Ben's article.
She wrote it for him, actually.
Like, ma'am. All of a sudden, now he's out here making speeches in the light after he sleeps with you. Okay, she's a little bit more proactive than I imagined her role to be this season.
He's awesome. We love Vanessa.
Okay. Well, the women just was putting Fisk into shape this episode. So
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, from his mom, who wasn't like putting him into shape, but you know, his past with her to Madame Gal to Vanessa, it was very female through line for Fisk right now.
Oh,
That's why he treats women right.
maybe. Yeah, probably.
I mean, he be shading these other ones, but he like that's why she was like, "This is your courtesy because you have always shown Miss Madame Gal respect. So I'm here to give you a heads up first before I have to take control. Now, you better get these bitches in line, or we're gonna have to get them in line for you."
Pretty much,
Very
yeah.
real.
But yes, this was definitely a Wilson Fisk episode, and I'm glad for it. See, this is the kind of stuff I like, and including in the MCU shows, but in all the shows, that's what I like, is really character-driven work that is still building the plot, but really is revealing the people we're dealing with. And that's what this definitely was. It was just, obviously, we've gotten Wilson Fisk throughout the season so far, but he still has been kind of that mysterious evil man in the back. So I appreciate that we got this episode to dive deeper into him as a person, both how he got here and who he is now, because I think it revealed a lot about who he is and what he's up to. I'm glad we got Madame Gao back for sure.
Your face,
It
yeah.
was amazing. And y'all, I'm sorry, this Wesley. Like, I'm sorry he don't love you back, Wesley, but that don't mean you gotta be a sneak ass little bish off in the corner like this all the time. He
just has to keep tabs.
He ready to kill everybody. He's like, I don't care if they're an ally, if we got like deals with them, and we got to take them all down. Like, Wesley, you gonna get you and Fist killed playing like you want to play.
It's kind of real. I don't know.
Oh,
he's a ride or die, man. What can you say?
Like Fist got 2 ride or dies on his side, so you know.
I'd love to be in that position.
But one of them is playing the strategic game, and the other one, I don't think he really knows what he's doing. He pretends like he knows, but he don't know what he's doing. Lord. I kind of like Leland a little bit, even though he's a villain. I like that he's he's the type that I like. He's also strategic, little sneak too, but not as brash up front as someone like Wesley, for sure. Them Russians and none of that. We didn't get that much of Matt this episode, actually, because we were very heavily focused on Fisk, but we still got that blood. I mean, ain't an episode go by that Matt ain't got some kind of blood on him somewhere.
Matt is never not on the brink of death.
Every season, pretty much, yeah.
Like, damn, couldn't even take a bath before he went to bed after getting beat up by the old man. Nothing. Just went straight to bed with the blood coming down and everything.
If you think this is bad, just wait till we get to season 3.
Yeah, I think that is the season where he's like literally mostly on the brink of death for most of the season.
It is interesting too to see like the power shift by the end. Just in one swift move, Fisk went from being like on the brink of cracking to now back in the upper hand, and now has pushed all of our good guys back onto their back foot again, because he took their play right from under.
Yeah, that whole article just wasted now, right in the trash from Ben.
How did you feel about this episode?
I love this episode.
Oh
yeah.
I think it's probably one of my favorites of the season.
Okay.
My favorite is still, my favorite episode of the entire show is Nelson v. Murdock, and that's coming up soon, episode 10. Very excited for that. But this would probably be in like my top 3 favorite episodes of the season. Okay. I really do think that Vincent D'Onofrio's performance is just so genius, because he is like so soft-spoken, and it's weird to see for somebody who is like so massive like he is, and it just seems like from like physical appearance alone he would be so much more, I guess, just in your face, but he is just like so soft-spoken and like eloquent with what he says, that the moments when you see some vulnerability come through, it just makes it hit that much more. I think it's excellent. I think this is probably like the time in the season that like where things really turn around. And I've told you that. This is probably the moment in the season for me where I'm like, oh yeah, this is when things get real.
Well, we're starting to amp up because there's 13 episodes in this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go all out back in the day for these Marvel shows. You got to think now we're used to 6 episodes.
6 and 30-minute episodes. We get hour 13 episodes.
Crazy.
No, and even in that moment that we made a little joke about him trying to speak that Chinese, the damn Mandarin. But I still find it impressive because he stayed in his like Fiskian accent, like that kind of diction and the way he speaks.
And this isn't the way that Vincent D'Onofrio speaks, by the way.
No, it's not.
No.
And he kept that kind of speaking the other language. So it was I think it was meant to also sound kind of a hot mess. Not great. So, and it goes with the character, I think. If he was meant to be like fluent, this other, this worldly traveler, and he sounded like that, then we'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly very nuanced performance for him. Well, specifically in this episode, but just that character in general. That's why everyone wanted him back in the MCU, because of how great his character was in this show. And I think this is probably, at least to this point, probably his best episode fully, just because he has just, the whole episode's pretty much dedicated to him. So he has so much screen time. I'm glad that he's back, looking back in retrospect, because you never really know who's going to come back from this show, him and Matt so far. Little different interpretations. You can definitely see the differences looking back.
Yeah, Matt is different in appearance. We haven't seen enough of him in the actual MCU yet to know if they really are going to alter his character in any way, like they did, so drastically to Fisk in Hawkeye, because even in personality, he's very different in Hawkeye. And I don't know if that's because, Vincent D'Onofrio said that it's the same Kingpin from the series.
At least that's how he played it. He said
maybe that's not the actual case, and this is just a reimagining of the character, which would kind of upset me a little bit, because I love this interpretation in the series so much, and I think it is so genius. I don't know. We'll see going forward, but as of now, with what we have in Daredevil, it's excellent. Hawkeye, fucking mess, but.
Yeah, he's very strong in Hawkeye. That was one of the things that still always caught me off guard.
I was cool with him being that strong, though. Keep the personality and amp him up. That's fine. You can amp him up.
It's not that I wasn't like I was against it, but it was just so jarring seeing it. Seeing it unfold.
Yeah. He's never been like a hands-on, like action kind of person. It's just like when he does get involved in action, it's very emotional. It's not, this little girl trying to hit him. It's him. It's him having an emotional response to something. Like we saw with him, bludgeoning that guy with the car door. That was a very, reactive thing to his emotions. And
I really
even.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be a repeat of that scene in Hawkeye when he rips that door hit off the hinges and Vera Farmiga's in the car, but it ended up not going that way.
I would have lived, even though I love you, Vera, but it would have been a better exit than your own daughter calling the cops on you and throwing your ass in jail. At least it would have had some stakes or something, but we definitely got some more some Game of Thrones style with this child bludgeoning his own father to death in a very violent manner. It definitely gave me some Game of Thrones tease there, Tyler.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff with children in
getting
that
the
show.
little children involved in the killing and the murder now.
Yeah,
Bella Ramsey?
Yeah, maybe. We haven't gotten to her yet in our reactions. I know she exists, of course.
No.
But yeah, and we limited Foggy, so I was fine with that too. Anytime we limit Foggy's quips and screen time, I'm good. It makes for the better episode.
Listen,
you just had a lot more Wesley
Larry
in this one
is
instead.
Either going to hate or love Nelson V. Murdock. That is where we're standing right now, and I'm very scared.
A very questionable source, you know who I'm talking about, says that he does not vibe with no Foggy. So, and he's seen the whole damn series. So we'll see. That gave me more pause. Hannah was confident before then. She's like, "No, you'll turn around to at least like him." Now I'm hearing you don't warm up to him too much.
In my opinion, Nelson V. Murdock is where you really understand Foggy. So I'm hoping that is when you warm up a little bit. And it's not even my favorite episode of this season. It's my favorite episode of the entire show. So if you don't like it,
so we got two more to go. We just got one more, right? We got one more episode, and then we're on to your fave.
Right. Mm-hmm. I don't know which one I would have as my favorite episode of the entire show. At least I think the finale might be my favorite. I mean, that's probably cliche, but I think the finale is really good.
We need somebody who's been traumatized and burned by them damn finales.
Well,
you and
Hannah and I.
Calm down for this. Yeah, calm down for this one, because this one has a great ending. It's very satisfying.
But did they know what was ending? Like, is it like a
No.
conclusion
They
to the
didn't,
show?
But they still made it very much conclusive.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't
It's
they
the
come
same way
out?
that I would describe Dexter season 4.
Didn't they come out and say recently that they officially knew why they were canceling it because Disney Plus was on the horizon? I think somebody just recently did, which we all thought anyway.
Season 4, Charlie Cox talked about how he turned things down to do season 4.
Yeah, look at that.
And there's a very big tease at the end of season 3. It is a great ending, but there's a tease at the end. So they obviously thought they were getting season 4.
I wonder though if they do give him a show, will they take at least some of that tease into the season? Will it just be a reboot
Disney
entirely?
Plus, they didn't put that shit on the watch list. They are pretending this Daredevil from Netflix did not exist other than these actors that they're bringing back.
They're so nasty for that still.
It's a conundrum, I guess. Like, do you want to continue?
Might as well just a recast, honestly.
Can you imagine? Well, there was rumors that they were trying to get Ben Affleck to do a cameo, so maybe they could do both.
Rumors.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, as long as they had kept
Don't provoke me.
him in there, and Ben Affleck was just like some rando moment too. But they kept Charlie Cox as like the real one in the world that Peter Parker lived in.
They could work together.
Maybe
it could be like
been okay.
It could be like a No Way Home thing where it's the two Daredevils working together.
Woo, I'm just so excited to see Krasinski's read coming up in Multiverse of Madness.
Thanks for watching.
Oh man, poor Hannah.
Thanks.
I think she has been the number one on the hate train for John Krasinski the entire time we've known her.
He's gonna be a Captain America variant, okay?
Ooh.
That'd be kind of interesting too.
Our reaction to season 1, episode 8 of Daredevil. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos, including each and every one of our Daredevil reactions, which, as is planned, will be moving forward at a regular schedule once again. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can keep up as we make our way through this series. Also, make sure to be following my fellow co-hosts. Tyler, do you want to let everyone know where to find you?
Between Daredevil, you can also find me on here talking Game of Thrones. We just came back to do Game of Thrones again after a hiatus as well. So hopefully that'll be interesting to see them both returning regularly. Because the last episode we just did for Game of Thrones, I don't know when this is debuting, I don't know what the schedule is because Larry's the one that edits, but that last episode was had some moments where I was not too big a fan of, but I found out later that it was actually a popular opinion to not like certain moments in that episode. But if you search up my name on here, you'll find my channel for reviews, reactions, rankings, all that stuff over there, and Twitter and Instagram, and it's Tyler Calvert.
Right, and Hannah?
I rejected Hannah on Twitter, and sometimes you'll see me pop up for Game of Thrones. I've been on there twice, so
yeah,
yes.
Daredevil, Game of Thrones.
Mormont shows up.
Oh. Yeah, we have that. Also, you can check out our previous stuff. We did like a Marvel MCU ranking. If you want to hear our thoughts unfold as it happened live, you can watch our Hawkeye reactions if you have not seen those to see our opinions of Kingpin as he entered the MCU officially as it happened. And
don't get too hopeful.
Hannah mentioned it real quick. We'll be back in March, obviously, to talk about Moon Knight. I did a trailer reaction. Tyler did a trailer reaction. You can see how hyped we are. Hannah's hyped too. You can listen to the Cinemania World podcast, Twitter. We've been going ham over here. So the hype is real for March to get here for Moon Knight.
Oscar Isaac.
Man, yes, we are ready. But let us know, what did you think of this episode of Daredevil? Did you like the deep dive into Fisk? Do you agree with the stuff we've said? Let us know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit all three of us up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.